Well, the next stop is Stettin, and when you get off at the train station, your first view of the city is anything but exciting. Just the style of the railway train, the railway station construction, pure German design. I noticed the same thing when I was at the train station in Posen. It also reminded me of the older German stations, where you can definitely tell the Polish style. It's completely different. This here is facing south from the main train station. The Oder River in the background there. See the shipyards and the very distant cranes from the shipyards. And where we're going to be heading is this direction. That's in towards town. Here's the first main intersection you hit in town. And time has stood still. When was the last time you saw somebody hand sweeping the roads in Berlin? Streetcars still look like pre-World War II construction. How's this for a variety of breads, and more breads? Your morning bakery. Complete with lineups. But then even in Berlin, a good bakery you like up in the morning. Right now it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I guess this is for the benefit that anybody that's forgotten this is a sea town. Notice this in almost all the towns I've been to also. People selling their local produce, as well as imported stuff like bananas and oranges, etc. McDonald's and Burger King may have not made it here yet, but that hasn't stopped them from doing their own local thing. American steam milkshakes. Okay, why not? And here we are downtown at the Four Corners, and you can see it's all a bustle with new construction and everything. Reminder of the liberators, quote unquote. Here's the current exchange rates. Big figures. Again, a reminder of their seafaring background. Interesting statue. Some very nice houses off this square, Platz Grunewaldzki. There's a seafood restaurant where I want to try for lunch. The places are there, just the names have changed. This is their memorial to their liberation, quote unquote. Still some stately looking old buildings, but again, falling apart. Here's a restaurant to remind you of its neighbor city, Rostock, which isn't all that far away. And of course my favorite pastime, and about the only word of Polish I know so far, piwa. Good old beer. I don't remember fish looking that happy, especially if it looks like they're going to land in your frying pan. A lot of it, as old as it looks, though, was quite run down. Here's a church that's just finished celebrating its 100th anniversary. Quite a big little piece. It's impressive looking, but I can't shed any light on what it is. Quite interesting and ironic. Informations- und Beratungsbüro der Stadt Bremerhaven. Hanseatic cities are getting back together again, I see. This here must be the gate of Prussian homage. My tour book doesn't say much about it, other than that's what it is. This, I believe, is the St. Peter and Paul Church. Another sweep of the area. Again, places are still there, just the names have changed. And from here on out, that's going to be the beginnings of Schwerin Castle, which apparently was started in the mid-14th century. Only a part of it is open to the public. Let's take a walk around and see what we can see. This here's the courtyard of the castle. Restoration work going on. And here they have concerts in the summer in the courtyard. Here's the river, Oda. Sure, all those highways weren't there before, though. The old road leading down to the water. Even in the local schoolyard, the Americans have taken over. Chicago Bulls. This is St. James Cathedral, which was rebuilt after the war. But apparently the original spire was a lot higher. This is the bell from the old original church. Another view of St. James. Frontal view. Originally built in 1187, according to what's on the church. This here's the Harbor Gate. And that was built by the Prussians in 1725 to commemorate the purchase of the city of Stettin. The Purple's coming to Posen on the 12th of September. If you hurry up, Dale, you can get here in time. Here's another shot of the Prussian gate. Some of the streetcars here are the same ones we used to bring out as museum pieces in Berlin. But here they still use them in the day-to-day service. Downtown Stettin. Riding the number 10 streetcar. Going over, just got off the streetcar here, check out the local flea market, see if there's any fleas for sale. Anyone for some fresh eel? Rods, guitars, see through there. Basket goods like crazy. And of course, cigarettes. And more cigarettes, and still more cigarettes. Anyone for some old Nazi paraphernalia? Here's a panoramic. Those Germans left, right, and center, but then I guess those are the ones that come with the boat trips. Crystal, set of 6 for 50 marks. Okay, I've seen building card houses out of beer lids before, but out of cigarette cartons. But here you get a chance to see Germans behaving at their best again. Jeez, horrible. There you got Pfefferlinge for $8 a kilo. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Nice wood carvings. Anyone from mushrooms, and more mushrooms. Some blueberries. Here's another glamorous intersection. It's seen better days. All the houses look nice. beautiful nostalgic old ride, but as packed as these things are, and as old and as rickety as they are, it was no pleasure. They were rattling and rolling. I wanted to film inside, but it would have been impossible. It's that packed. This here's the fish restaurant I've landed in. Very nice looking place. Just noticed at the entrance to the place a couple of old buddies rejected from last night's supper. How to call the waiter. Actually, it's a very, very nice place, but I just pointed out to the waitress. What distracts from the place is the two Pepsi signs. Since I didn't want to go overboard in talking in the place in there, would have been rather conspicuous. Thought I'd wait till I'm outside, give you a little rundown of what I had there and how it was really, really nice. I had a very, very nice fish shish kebab. It was layered fish and ham and onion. 3.5 liters of Czech beer, and one of the most best mixed salads I've had in a long, long time. The whole thing together came to 120,000 zloty, which is like about $11 US. I hope this is not what the future holds for this town. The signs that read like this. It's too nice a town to turn into a tourist trap. It really is. And the Chinese restaurants have hit town. Here's one that I like, assorted food for $15,000, which is like $1.50. Don't know what that's assorted from, but I'd rather not find out. The place is diversified at least. Besides carrying Chinese food, they also carry French food. Here's an example of some of the stuff that they carry in the French direction. Those are not bad nerves, that's the streetcar shaking. This is the Central Bus Terminal. Here approaching is the main train station. Maloney means main station. Most towns have, or most cities have, several stations. This here's what the interior of the old series of streetcars looks like here. Still the wooden seats and all. You can see it's back in the streetcar. All of a sudden the driver got so uptight that I was trying to film him or the cabin and throw me out. Don't know what caused that, but what the heck. Now down at the harbor, here's the boats that they use from around here for excursions that go around. Does this sound like it has the makings of a tourist trap? I think what they mean is tap beer, not barrel beer, spelled. And then what do they have? Bitburger Pits. There's one of them. Going on a river cruise, or one of the Buddha-Falten. I'm not quite sure which it is. Sorry, but I'm not unable to shed any light on any of these three buildings up here. Other than they look nice and impressive. I'm gonna keep a watchful eye over the harbor. Would be a trip without coming across Hull ice, and they're everywhere, they're everywhere, they're everywhere. Here's a view of the castle from a distance. Unfortunately, most of it had to be reconstructed after the war because the Germans put anti-aircraft batteries on top, on the castle, because it had an ideal location. And of course, the Allies did not take too kindly to that. Flattened it in the bombing raid in 1944, I believe the book said. Changing skyline of the city. The old and the new. That's their local S-Bahn coming up. Or GO train, or whatever you want to call it. There it is. Here's one more look at the city as we're leaving. Ill-fated number 6 streetcar. Weiß ich nicht, aber ich nehme an, deshalb sind die da rausgesprungen. There's a couple of guys that just jumped out. Ja. Ja, sind zwei. Gerade rausgesprungen. Here you got the Oder River. We're at Beach, or however you pronounce it. Here's where you go from here. Again, as I said before, you recognize the signs, just the names have changed. So, let's go a little and see what we can see. Now hitting the local Saturday morning market. See what you could see. Not fine here in Poland. Everything here is in German. And everything you could possibly want here.
Sensation.
Ja, bien, bien, cada uno es muy bonito.
Nikt fotografira.
Najcuk nemara. Aj moment, moment. Najcuk var?
Jakie to mogu uğraşmak?
Asla bizim çillemizi biliyor. Asla.
Simkaya be. Simkaya.
I'm going into the town itself and a bit of what town looks like. It's actually probably a very small place. It's gone up a bit here. The dollar's gone down 6,580. Market the way they used to be back in the olden days. Here's where we are. At the bus terminal in good old town, right across this other side from Frankfurt Oder. Tourism macht es möglich. First extensive sign I've seen in German. Here's the way it is nowadays. On the other side of the bridge there, that's Germany, Frankfurt Oder. People just walk across the bridge here. For the lazy ones, you can see there's 5 billion taxis here, just waiting to take their way. Now when I came in, there was nobody to show my ID to, so I didn't get a visa stamp or anything. They'll probably grab me on the way out now, but let's see what happens as I go back to Germany. Again, just for coordination, that's the Oder River separating Germany and Poland, now on the Polish side, and there's my bridge to take me back to Germany. So here we go. Here we are, middle of no man's land, crossing over to good old Germany. There's your first chance or last chance to buy tax-free cigarettes, I guess. Here we are in the middle of the Oder River. As you can see, pedestrian traffic is moving a little faster than car traffic. That's a cute touch. Polish flag, German flag, and in between there, the European flag. Also new by a couple of years. DDR is dead now. Thank goodness I put at this slide. Not a couple of 100 kilometers further on. See, cars are being checked a bit. But pedestrians, you can see, are just walking right through. Nobody's checking shit on either side. There's the Polish customs dudes. Again, checking cars. Oh, we have a bit of a backlog here for the pedestrian traffic.